Hi, my name is Skip Armstrong, and this edition of KiwaniTalk is being brought to you by the Dearborn Kiwanis Club. And we're through the facilities here at WDHS in Dearborn High School. It's a great facility, all state-of-the-art equipment. And in HD, by the way, I might want to add, our special guest today, and you guys are going to, we've got twofold program. You're going to love the first part because we're going to tell you about Leader Dog for the Blind. Rachelle Kniffen,
Yep, correct.
is the communication director and marketing director for I want to say Pendleton. That's my passion also, but for Leader Dog for the Blind.
Yes.
Out of Rochester, Michigan.
Rochester Hills, correct.
Welcome.
Well, we're
Welcome
glad to be here.
KiwaniTalk. Give me a little background on yourself. What do you do? What family do you? Education?
Me? Okay.
Where are you from?
Well, I'll give you a little bit about what brought me to Leader Dog. How's that? I have a background, few decades in automotive and construction industries. And back in those days, my kids were littler, and they used to call me, you know, kind of the grumpy mom. And then I decided I really needed to make a change, and I wanted to look for a nonprofit to work for. And I was lucky enough to land at Leader Dog.
You didn't like the pressure of automotive?
No, you know, I wanted to feel good about what I did when I went home at the end of the day, you know. And so I turned into Happy Mom. So my kids, now they're in their 20s, but they would actually talk about certain things if I was Grumpy Mom or Happy Mom at the time. So I've been at Leader Dog now for about 14 years, working in marketing the whole time. I've gotten to see us grow quite a bit over the last 14 years. We've added a new canine development center for our dogs. We have a great facility for our clients to stay at. So it's been a really, really enjoyable time.
What is Leader Dog for the Blind?
So Leader Dog, our mission is to provide safe and independent travel for people who are blind or deafblind. And this is daily travel. So it's being able to get to the doctor, to get to work, to get to your child's school. Just the things that a lot of us who are sighted take for granted every single day. And we do service people, minimum age for us is 16 years old, but we have no maximum age. We have people who, in their 80s who have come to train with a Leader Dog. If you can successfully go through the training and be safe with the dog, you are welcome to come to Leader Dog.
Okay, so there's just so many questions.
Yeah.
So many questions. You're located in Rochester Hills.
Yes.
I'm in California. How do I know about Leader Dog for the Blind?
Okay, so we do service people throughout the whole United States and Canada. A lot of people who are from states outside of Michigan hear about us through members of Lions Clubs, which are still big supporters of Leader Dog. They hear about us from our clients who are out there. So if there is a low vision support group or something that they go to, they often hear about us there. They will hear about us from their local agencies for the blind, whether it's a lighthouse agency or some other type of agency, is how we get a lot of our clients.
Once they'll contact you, mm-hmm. And then where does it go from there? They actually come in, don't they?
Yes. So we do have several different programs that we offer, but for all of the programs, the clients actually come and stay on our campus. So when someone's applying for any of our programs, they have to fill out a fairly extensive application process. We need to get information from their eye doctors as to what their level of blindness is. We need information from their family physician to make sure that they have, you know, the health to be able to do all the training. And then they go into our application process. Once they've been accepted for guide dog training, then what we have to do is we have to wait till we get a dog that matches with the person. So if I can talk a little bit about our guide dog program.
Sure.
People come to Leader Dog, and for 21 days, and so they stay on our campus. We have a really great residence. Everyone has a private room, a private bathroom. Our cooks are the best, so you're being well fed when you're at Leader Dog. But when the client is accepted, and we look at a lot of things about them. What is their home environment like? What are they like physically? Are they short? Are they tall? Do they walk fast? Do they walk slow? Do they have other members of their family?
Do they like dogs?
Do they like dogs? Well, if they don't like dogs, I don't think they're coming to us for a dog.
But you have to look at a lot of things.
Yes, but we look at a lot about the person. And then our guide dog mobility instructors, who have been training the dogs for the previous 4 months, read about the clients, watch the videos about the clients, and then they sit together and they start matching up dogs with clients, because it really has a lot to do with personality and lifestyle. So a taller person is going to get a bigger dog, a shorter person will get a smaller dog. That's fairly easy. But when you start looking at where does a person live, so if someone lives in a big city, we're going to choose a dog for them that enjoys working in a big city. Just like people, some dogs like the country life better and some like the city life better. So we want a dog to go into a situation that is going to make it happy. Because as long as that dog is happy, it's going to be working really well.
888
777-5332.
for any information for Leader Dog. How many employees do you have?
We have over 200 employees, but we have over, I would say, 1,000 volunteers.
Volunteers, yeah.
We
Very
have
important.
hundreds of volunteers on our campus. We have volunteers that you'll hear about later who do puppy raising, volunteers that host our breeding stock dogs. So we very, very, very much rely on our volunteer base.
So I'm blind to what, I come to you, what's the cost?
The cost is nothing. All of our programs are totally, completely free of charge. You could walk out your door to head to the airport if you're coming from California with no money in your pocket, and we pick you up at the airport. We pay for all the airfare. We pay for all the room and board, all the training, everything to do with the dog for the whole time that you're with us. And then we pay for the flight back home. So it's zero. And you would not believe how hard it is to get people to believe us.
Well, I believe it because I'm involved with a nonprofit charity, Penderton, and they get no federal, state, or local money, as you don't.
Yes, correct.
And so everything is donated.
Yes.
Everything.
All of our money is donated. We also do not get money from insurance companies. Lots of people think that insurance companies pay for you to get white cane training or to get a guide dog, and they do not. So yeah, everything is donated through individuals, different types of clubs or corporations.
You have a fundraiser coming up in September. Do you want to just
briefly? This September
because I'm going to have to have you back, because this 15 minutes is not a very, very big dent in what people could know about Leader Dog.
About Leader Dog, that is true. We have our Double Dog Dare, which is in September. I believe it's September 21st this year. And that is rappelling 15 stories down the side of a building in Pontiac. So people can raise $1,000, and they get the opportunity to rappel down the side of the building.
Wow.
So last year we had over 70 people who did it. It was a great experience, and a lot of the people who rappelled last year are coming back again this year because they really enjoyed it.
Leaderdog.org?
Leaderdog.org.
Or 888?
888-777-5332.
Rachelle Kniffen is our special guest, and I want to thank you very much for coming on. As I say, this is not enough time. It just doesn't do enough time. I can't even see how much time we have left. But so you have a couple hundred employees, you say?
Yeah, we have.
So your budget's pretty good.
Yeah, we have about a $12 million budget every year.
Wow.
And that is, again, all raised through donations.
Oh, everything is donations,
Yes.
including your personal stuff, your food, probably too.
So no, that we do pay for.
Okay.
So there are, we do get all of our dog food donated through Purina, which is wonderful. And
Yes.
when you have hundreds and hundreds of dogs that you are feeding every day, that's a really, really big benefit for us.
Well, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is, because
Yep.
that's a lot of money.
Yep.
Dog food's not cheap.
No, it isn't.
How many people can you handle at a time?
So we serve about 200 people every year in our guide dog program. We also have an orientation and mobility training, which is teaching someone how to use a white cane to travel. We service around 100 people a year in that program. And then we have a summer experience camp for teens, so 16 and 17-year-olds. And we have around 24 kids every year for that program. It's very loud that week at Leader Dog, but a lot of fun, a ton of fun.
I'll bet it is. Now, so you teach the blind people that come in normally are on white canes?
Yeah, so the people who come in for a guide dog already have been using a white cane, because you need to know how to, your orientation and mobility. You need to know how to get where you're going and things like that, and how to orientate yourself in the environment. So some people who do not have white cane training yet, because only about 10% of the people in America who are blind or visually impaired actually travel with a white cane or a dog. 90% of them do not. So they're either traveling holding on to a friend or a family member, or they're sitting at home not traveling at all.
Wow.
So we teach white cane travel also. That's a week-long program.
So the dog is just important. It gets people out.
Oh yeah, the dog gets people up and outside. We were talking earlier about walking with dogs.
Yes.
You have to get that dog walking every day. So even if you have nowhere to go, you are going to get up and you are going to get out. And so it's very good for the person's physical self. It's very good for their mental health also.
Oh, I'm sure of
because
that.
it gets them back into their community. People are coming up to them. They're asking about their dog. They're making friends. And so it's all around just a very good health and well-being thing for the client.
Again, more information, leaderdog.org.
Yep.
Or 888-777-5332.
You
right?
got it.
Right.
Yeah.
I have trouble with names, but I can remember some phone numbers. Well, I really want to help you. And you say a lot of your money comes from service clubs.
Yeah. So we were started by some Lions Club members in 1939, and we still get quite a bit of support from Lions Clubs. We get support from Kiwanis clubs also, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, those types of organizations too.
That's great. And you're almost you're 80 years old.
80 years old this year, yeah.
Servicing the blind industry, that's just wonderful.
Yeah.
Just absolutely wonderful. How many people have gone through your program?
Oh, we've had over 16,000 people come through for guide dogs over that time.
I only have a minute, but after the dog, after 15 years, can they have another dog?
Yeah, a lot of people will come. The dogs on average work for about 8 years. When it's time for them to retire their dog, they can come back to get another leader dog. We have had one client who has been using leader dogs for over 50 years of her life.
Wow.
And so she has one dog after the other.
Rachelle Kniffen, I want to really thank you very much for coming on. And again, I'm going to get you back for the whole half hour.
Okay.
So thank you. And we'll be right back after these announcements from Kiwanis.
Great.
Is a kid fearless? Nervous? Playful? Yes. 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 Kiwanis is 600,000 kids at heart doing all the little and big things it takes to help children around the world. Because kids need Kiwanis. All of them.
A lot of people just think you can't do anything because you're blind. If you want to go and play soccer or whatever you want to do, there's a way to do it.
Leader Dog's an amazing organization. We've been around since 1939. We really want to give people who are visually impaired the power to travel independently and get out there in the world and do things on their own. This camp is a one-week camp for 16 and 17-year-olds from all over the US and Canada. Throughout the week, we try to incorporate different physical activities. We've done yoga, tandem biking, which was pretty cool. We also have one-touch self-defense, and it's specifically designed for people with visual impairments. We went to Lions Bear Lake Camp and we did the rock wall climbing, zip lining, and low ropes course there. Today we're doing beep kickball. Anybody who's coming to Leader Dog is required to be legally blind, but that could be a wide range of things.
I have retinitis pigmentosa, so I have no peripheral vision. And at night, I also have necroptia, so I can't see anything at night. I'm completely blind at night.
I have Leber's congenital amaurosis, it's LCA for short. I am gonna go 100% blind one day. I used to have vision in my left eye, but then I lost it. I can see 2 inches away in my right eye, so I don't really know what to expect, but I know the people are gonna be there to support me.
Kayla was here last year as a camper, and she is back this year as a senior counselor. She just steps up if anybody's feeling down.
Nick, he's quite a character. He will literally make you laugh nonstop all day.
He's super helpful, so a lot of times we're looking for potential senior counselors for the next year. He is definitely a front runner.
My vision impairment doesn't limit me from living a normal life. This camp has provided lots of independence for me, and I really do appreciate that, and I love it.
I adapted to my life and I was able to make anything work. And still to this day, I adapt to everything. Because the only way we're going to become more independent is if you let us figure it out.
Hi, my name is Skip Armstrong. Welcome to the second edition of KiwaniTalk. We're brought to you here through facilities at Dearborn High School at WDHS. And we thank them for the facility, the great HD that they have. Laura Fisher,
Hi.
you've got a friend with you.
I do. I brought a future leader dog with me to help me out.
And welcome, Laura. Welcome. Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
told me that you have some kids at home.
I do. My family is, in addition to being employed by Leader Dogs, we're also volunteer puppy raisers, so that's what I'd love to talk to you about today.
So you have dogs at home.
We do. We have our own pet dogs, and we always have usually a Labrador at home with us as a future leader dog as well.
And that's what we're going to talk about. So you do. How old are your children?
My kids are 14, 12, and 9.
And they don't like dogs at all. Do they?
They love dogs.
I'll bet they do.
And
I bet and
they
you
really
do too,
take
I
into this.
bet.
I absolutely love dogs. And
How long have you been with Leader Dog?
I have been with Leader Dog for about 6 years.
6 years. And by the look on your face, you don't like it at all.
Oh,
you never have
I
any
love
fun,
my
do you?
job. I love my job.
It's got to be wonderful with little guys like this.
It's
Actually,
a
he
great
does
place
not
to
have a
work.
name, but I named him just for the show as Zeke.
That's absolutely fine. And you know what? Our puppy raisers, when you decide to raise a puppy for us, the puppy raiser gets to choose the name. It's one of the big highlights is that people say, do I get to name the puppy? Absolutely you do. So lots of people have naming schemes and reasons they name their puppies after people or places they've been.
I saw one on the website called Freedom.
Yes.
I thought that was
yes.
so clever.
Yeah, they have a lot of people have really great names
Because
for puppies.
it is freedom. That's what they're gonna.
Exactly.
So how many dogs do you have?
Puppies, well, we
Puppies.
have about 400 puppy raisers at any one given time. We have 45% of our puppies go to correctional facilities to be raised by prison inmates, and the rest of the puppies are raised by people who volunteer their time to spend a year with a puppy and then give it back to us for formal training.
And that's what we want. That's what this show is about.
Absolutely.
So we want the volunteers to call in 888-777-5332.
You got it.
Right? Or leaderdog.org.
Leaderdog.org, you can fill out a
you're
volunteer application
you're
to
fine.
raise a puppy for us. I'm just going to put him on the
Yep,
floor here.
that's fine. He's doing good.
He's doing great. This
How
is a
old is
really
he
tough-
now?
He is 10 weeks old. Our puppy raisers are actually, they start out in a breeding host family home. So we also need volunteers to host our breeding stock dogs. We have all of our mom dogs and dad dogs live in a home with families, people, and our loved pets, as well as leader dog moms and dads. And so what happens is they are chosen to be together and have a litter of puppies, and then each litter of puppies is whelped in the person's home. So we also need those people to have litters of puppies in their home, and how great is that to have to have puppies running around your house? And they do that they stay in with the host family and their mom for about the first 6 weeks of life. They come back to leader dog, and they are given a thorough health exam. After their health exam, then they are given to a puppy raiser when they're 7 weeks old to start their training process with the puppy raiser.
Zeke is 10
Zeke
weeks?
is 10 weeks old. He's going to his puppy raiser actually next week. And as you can see, he's ready to do something. He's ready to learn some things and start to learn how to be a future leader dog puppy. And all he's getting here is his kibble. We teach all of our puppy raisers to use positive reinforcement techniques. So you can see just how that worked there. He got positively reinforced for his behavior, and he starts to sit down and learn how to settle here and pay attention.
And he loves it too, doesn't he?
He
just
does.
sits there.
He does. All of our puppies love training, and we don't leave you into this puppy raising game we don't leave you there all by yourself. So we have puppy counselors that are also volunteers, and you're assigned to a puppy counselor, and that's based on your geographical location. That puppy counselor is kind of your support person, and they form your puppy raising group that you're a part of, and you attend puppy outings on a monthly basis. So they teach you how to train this puppy to be to the techniques that we're asking you to do, and to have the puppy have the skills it needs to go into formal training when it turns a year old.
So the volunteer gets information out of this also on how to do all this.
You learn how to train a puppy. You learn how to give the puppy the skills it needs. So what we need from our puppy raisers is we need a person who's willing to give a year of their life approximately to training and raising this puppy. And each puppy will then need to learn housebreaking techniques. They will need to learn general house manners, such as not getting on the furniture and those types of things. We teach all of our puppy raisers how to use we encourage crate training. And then they're also given an assessment, and we work towards this set of skills called an in-for-training assessment, and each puppy is then assessed on his skills before returning to training.
So your puppies, their intelligence is high. It must be high.
They're very smart dogs, and they learn quickly, and it's up to our puppy raisers. Like I said, especially at this age, they're sponges, and so they learn fast, and they learn bad habits as well as good habits.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's
I
our
know
job to teach the puppy raisers how to teach them the skills that they need.
Oh, I just wish I could talk my wife into doing that, because I need the exercise.
Well, we need all kinds of raisers. So there's nothing really that disqualifies you from, you can be a family and have children like I do. You can be single, you can be a retired family. You can have a job and raise a puppy. I do. Working at Leader Dog, I also take my puppy to work with me. And and just like we need all kinds of puppy raisers, we have all kinds of puppies. Some of our puppies are more active, some of our puppies are more laid back, and we need that for our clients. As Rachelle talked about earlier, we have clients in a broad range of ages, so we have to have puppies and dogs with a broad range of skills.
Well, what different varieties of puppies?
We have Labrador retrievers like Zeke, he's a lab. We also have golden retrievers, German shepherds, and we also have lab golden crosses.
Is there one that's better than another?
Well, no, not really. I prefer to raise Labradors. That's what my family loves. We've raised a golden cross. We've raised a shepherd as well, and we really love the labs and their temperament. And we do 85% of our puppies that we have are Labradors.
Labs have great.
Labs are awesome.
My family raised Springer Spaniels, and Springers have great, but they might not be designed for your
Right, labs do, and the breeds that we've chosen are because they do such a great job of adapting to the work. And
this is work.
yes, this is absolutely, this is work. This puppy will be really tired because he's thinking. And we want our puppy raisers to raise a thinking dog, a dog that learns how to make decisions and learns how to think about his environment, a dog that's aware of what's going on, because he then becomes, as a guide dog, that's part of his work, is to be aware and to have those decision-making skills.
So if you guys out there want to do this, it's a really rewarding thing. 888-777-5332 or leaderdog.org.
You can fill out an application under the volunteer tab.
Yep.
And we process the applications. It's actually part of my job. So
Very good, very good. Hopefully you get some action out of it, but it's just a cool thing that you do. I mean, but it's necessary. You've got to
Yeah.
have volunteers.
we absolutely, volunteers are imperative to what we do at Leader Dogs for the Blind. We couldn't do what we do without volunteers, and without puppy raisers there would be no guide dogs.
Tell me about the prison.
So we have correctional facilities in Michigan, in Iowa, and Minnesota. And our prison inmates have the puppies the same length. They do the same things with our puppies that our raisers on the outside do.
Do they have them in the cells?
They have them in the cells. They live in the whatever type of cell housing they have. At different correctional facilities have
Sure,
different types
sure.
of cell housing, but they have to learn the same type of skills they do with our outside raisers. And so the inmates then take the puppy for a year, and they're the raiser of record, and they get to have the certificate and all of the things at the end.
But we're really looking for individuals in communities to volunteer. That's
Yes,
what you're looking for.
yes, we are looking for
with this
individuals
program.
within our communities, local people. We have puppy raisers in several different states as well that travel to Leader Dog to pick up a puppy and raise it for us. So they're really dedicated folks that live out of state, but certainly living close by. If you live close by Leader Dog, one of the benefits of raising a puppy right around here in this area would be that you can come to Leader Dog for free veterinary care.
Okay.
And there's lots of different puppy raising groups within our area for you to attend and for you to get the help and support that you need.
Laura Fisher, I really, really appreciate what you do because it's necessary. It's so necessary for blind people to get out.
Absolutely.
And that's their
Yep.
wheels right
Yep.
there.
And it's not really, the question I get asked frequently and my family gets asked is, how do you give them up? And if you've ever met a client or had interactions with someone who now can get out into the world and have a degree of independence from having a guide dog, it's amazing, and they're amazing people.
I've got a follow-up question. After 8 years of service, what do you do with the dogs?
The dogs then can be retired, so depending on the situation with the client, sometimes the dogs are retired and the client decides to keep them as their pet. And sometimes the dogs go back to, they return to Leader Dog and they're adopted out from our facility.
Okay, so 888-777-5332 for volunteers. They need volunteers all the time. They fill out an application on leaderdog.org.
Yep.
Laura Fisher, thank you very much.
Thank
and
you for
Rachelle,
having us.
Thank you for coming very much. It's a great job. Great job you have being happy all the time.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
How can you
It's
be
awesome.
mad around a dog?
Yeah, sometimes I have to get Labrador therapy. I have to pet the puppies. So.
Thank you again, Laura. Appreciate it very much. And thanks for watching this edition of KiwaniTalk. And do go to the leaderdog.org website and volunteer. Thank you. See you next time.